What up, world? What up, media? I am Drewize, and this is Drewize Topics. Thank you for clicking on this particular topic this evening. Thank you. And thank you for viewing my previous videos on Drewize Topics. Thank you. I appreciate it. I want to do a part 3 on this particular topic. So, the ones that don't understand and the ones know what I am talking about will not even answer a ridiculous question or even say this and that. You know, this topic is put your trust in God, the God of Israel, named Jehovah. Yes. Now, I did a part 2 of this over the weekend. Part 2. Now, it was a person that viewed this particular topic. He was a Jehovah Witness. And he wanted me to view a link to Jehovah.org witnesses, whatever, you know. And he said, when I was talking about this particular topic, put your trust in God, the God of Israel, named Jehovah. He said, why study the Bible? And I said, wow, he did not understand the title of the topic. Anybody else that believes in God say, without no question like that, will say, I put my trust in God. The God I believe in, he fights my battles. I believe he increased my finances. I believe he healed me from particular illnesses. You know, I believe God I believe in, I draw strength. I trust. You know, like I was saying before, the Jehovah Witnesses, that religion is a cult. Do not read the Bible. They do not. True enough, they are mild-tempered people. True enough, you know, kind and polite. Dress right when they show up at your door early in the morning. True enough. But they do not read the Bible because they always have a question. A question. Look at their watchtowers. It's a question. What do you do to answer a question? Don't you do research? Don't you look it up? But when it comes to God, if you want a question, what do you do, believers? What do you do? Don't you look it up in the table of context? You know? Why dish out a question? To try to curiosity my mind. Why? You know? They don't read the Bible. They don't. They do not. If I say as myself as a black man, I put my trust in God. What that says? What did God say? He said that in the Old Testament. When the children of Israel was so numbers of times fighting the Philistines, what did God say? He said, I am with you. The battle is not yours. I shall bring you out. You shall overcome. Vengeance is the Lord's. What is that categorized as? What is that defined as? Put your trust in God. That's what it means. Put your trust in Him. Why answer the question like that? Why dish out a comment like that? That's ridiculous. A person that fully believes in God, and I can say this too, and say, I put my trust in God. And that person believes in God so strong will say, I put my trust in God too. And when I say, why study the scriptures? See, this is what we need to understand. The Bible that God spoke, and had a particular man pick up with his hands a feather and dip it in ink, and God said, write down what I say, because what I say is true. My word is true. And God say, I am the best knower. The best. I know all things. I am the author of creation. I am the author of life and death. I can give life and I can also take it away. I can give talent and I can take talent away. Come on. The Bible is written of stories, laws, prophecies, what to eat, what not to eat. Put your trust in the Lord. It talks about the righteous, the wicked, and things like that. That's where you study the word. The 10 Commandments, still applies today. That this man today is not at all following. Not at all. Because they deep misunderstood the New Testament. Misunderstood the New Testament. If Moses came down from that mountain, conversating with God and stuff like that for so many days, whatever, and God struck that stones, and it had 1 through 10 commandments. Law. Moses presented that laws to the children of Israel. Okay, that's one thing. But when Jesus came along, what did Jesus say? Look, this is what Jesus said that people of religion not even thinking about. Don't even ponder their mind, don't even think, Jesus said, okay, I did not come to change the law. He did not come to change the law. Look at this. I did not come to change the law, but to fulfill. So that means if you think about it, he's still going by that Moses law. Jesus did not come to change anything. He came to fulfill it. When you fulfill it, that means you must stick to it. You must abide. You must obey. Fulfill this law. If you want to understand something like the Old Testament, you must read the whole entire Old Testament, then you read the whole entire New Testament. People don't realize that. Don't. Jesus said, I come to fulfill the law. You know? We are still supposed to go by the 10 Commandment law, the Moses law. You know? And that's why if you look at today's man, we are so distant from God, and God is really boiling with anger, really upset with this man today, the 21st century, this living, breathing man in 2017. We stink in his nostrils. We are filthy rags. So that's saying, regardless if you are pastor, deacon, minister, whatever, sanctified, whatever, you know, devotion, going to church faithfully Sunday and Wednesday, you know, don't matter. Because sometimes you still go back to that old man and try so hard to keep on this new man and whatever. You know? Don't matter. You know? So don't come tell me all this foolishness. You know? In all honesty, people that go to church, kingdom halls, whatever. You need to ask that pastor, where's my money going to? Well, I put the 10% tithe in that thing. You know? When you go around a collection plate, say, where's my money going to? Is it going to the community? Is it going to your pocket to pay off some Cadillac, whatever? Where is it going to? But that's another story. You know? The topic is, put your trust in God, the God of Israel, named Jehovah. That's that. There's a particular time to study the Bible. I prefer studying the Holy Bible, you know, because the Holy Bible do this. It has a title of the story. Read the scriptures like that. To me, the King James, it just goes straight and to the point. You know? That's what I think. You know? The Bible that we study, the Bible that the scholars study, the Bible talks about young, strong men, sons, what to eat, how to eat, what you shall not do, what you shall do. What is the things that are abomination? We all know what that is. You know? What is righteous? What is wicked? What is defined as Holy Spirit, which is holy means you are whole. You know? Yeah. Yeah. The Bible talks about men that did wonderful things in God's sight. Abraham done wonderful things in God's sight. Noah did wonderful things in God's sight. Moses did wonderful things in God's sight. You know, even when Moses killed an Egyptian guard to save a Hebrew slave, because Moses was a Hebrew, you know, and Moses had an anger problem. And Moses disobeyed when God said this, and Moses took upon himself to smite that rock and cause it water to gush out. Well, God said, don't do that. You know, David did wonderful things in God's sight, but David did something wrong, which he got some woman's husband killed because David fell in a infatuation and so attracted to a particular woman's beauty that he called it was so unusual. She was so fine. He got this woman husbands killed. But he still did wonderful things in God's sight. You know? Jesus did wonderful things in God's sight. And Jesus was referred as the perfect and the second Adam. You know? I can name many more in that Bible. You know? Put your trust in God, the God of Israel, named Jehovah. But see, the Jehovah Witnesses need to understand Because you're going about a doctrine that is so backwards. So backwards. So backwards. There's not a such thing called the 144,000 selection. No. Do you know in the New Testament, the New Testament talks about the 144,000. Not no selection. Jehovah saw these people, these little number of people, the 144,000. That's a little number. That's not a mass of people. Jehovah saw these people doing this. Going here and there. Up and down. Morning to you can't see nothing. Preaching about this and that. Jesus this. God this. What did Jehovah do? It says that Jehovah saw what these people was doing, and Jehovah brought these people up into his heavenly household because he saw that these people was worthy. Jehovah clothed them with the finest garments. The finest garments. These people are singing and rejoicing and glorifying Jehovah God. Where did you get this 144,000 selection? That's not what God said. God said, I give all men and women the opportunity to change and turn around and renew and come to me and be saved. All men. All. Not no ridiculous selection of a small number called the 144,000 selection. The 144,000, them people's already up there with God. Where did you get this from? I know where you got this from. You got this from a particular white man long time ago named Charles T. Russell put this strange doctrine on you, this flip-flop, confusing thing. You are confused. You don't read the Bible. You don't. You got topics. You got questions. You don't read it. Come on. In all honesty, in your cult of religion, there's not a healing in that. It's not. It's not. Come on. So, I say this. Because I told one brother this, that goes to the Kingdom Hall. When I went on about God and this stuff like that. He said, oh, you're ready for a Bible study. I said, I surely is. When I have a Bible study with me, bring your Bible. And I bring my Bible. He took off so fast because he could not, override my mind. He could not trick me. He could not use a scare tactic. He could not confuse me to intoxicate my mind. I'm not a weak-minded person. When I told this brother that goes to the Kingdom Hall, I read the Bible. And I also read the Quran. I'm not trying to become something because me personally, my opinion is I think religion is only thought of control, slavery. That's it. I'm not a Christian and I'm not a Muslim. I'm just a person believing in God, which the true religion is obedience. That's it. Following Jesus' teaching the best way I can as an imperfection man that I am. 29 years old, black man. Trying to follow his way. Studying his way. When Jesus said, follow me, I'll follow. When Jesus said, do not worship me as a God, I do not worship him as a God. Because Jesus is not a God. Jesus was a man that was anointed with the power of God. Jesus got upset like the man. Jesus got nervous like the man. Jesus felt fear like the man. Jesus got stressed out like the man. Because the people were stressing him out. Jesus got upset like the man. But Jesus was perfect. Jesus came to man as a sign, of correction. True enough, Jesus, he hung around people that was low life, scum of the earth, this and that, drunks, harlots, whatever. He hung around these people, but he did not be influenced. Jesus with the parties, Jesus was socializing, but in the midst of that, Jesus had the people flocking towards him. They love what they hear from Jesus talking about God. But some religious person said, Jesus, why are you hanging with these people? If you're supposed to be a man of God, why are you hanging with these people? These people are drunks, they are harlots, they are foolish, they are ignorant, they are savage, they are hoot, they are all negative. Why are you hanging with these people? In all honesty, people of religion kill Jesus. Not the unbelievers. People of religion kill Jesus. Think about it. Jesus was on the verge of starting to waken the people, the unbelievers, and everything like that. People of religion killed Jesus. Yeah. If you look at something, that's why on the plantation, the slave master did not want the slaves to pick up the Bible and learn how to read. Think about it. If the slaves knew and gained the knowledge about what's in that Bible and learn how to read, that will dethrone the slave master. That's what the slave master feared, if the slaves knew how to read. So the slave master locked up the Bible. He locked it up and kept it from the slaves. So if the slaves even read a sentence of God's word, that is a revolution and revelation of the slave master coming down. Come on, think about it. If the slave got caught and was seen reading, the slave master on that plantation would string up that slave and do the unimaginable punishment. Either burn you at the stake, whoop you, or chop some off, and had all the other slaves watch, even the house Negro slaves watch. He said, this is an example. If you slave niggas even think about finding a Bible in my cabinet or in my basement locked up, this is what's going to happen to you. Yeah. Because in that Bible, like I said, if the slaves even read the sentence saying, put your trust in God, the God of Israel, I shall bring you out of slavery. You shall overcome slavery. The battle is not yours in slavery. Vengeance is mine, the Lord, not you, slaves, because I knew that you were being oppressed and being tortured in slavery on the plantation. Vengeance is not yours. is mine. Think about it. Put your trust in God, the God of Israel, named Jehovah. Think about it. You know what I'm saying? Study the word for a so-called purpose of this. The laws, the miracles, the wonderful things that men and women did in God's sight. What to do, what not to do. You know, what is righteous and what is wicked. Righteous means doing what's right all the time. You know? And in the Bible, it talks about a strategy to overcome evil. That is with good. Like I said, when God said he shall bring you out, you shall overcome. Vengeance is the Lord. The battle is mine. That is defined and categorized as trust in God. So why study the Bible? With this man that you asked that question, why study the Bible? I just said it. And that is that. You know? That's why you should study the Bible. You know? See, that's what I think. You know? Because know how I put my trust in God? The moment when I close my eyes and I say a prayer, I know I'm going to wake up tomorrow. I don't say the devilish words saying, well, tomorrow's not promising. You never know when you're going to make it back home. I say this. I know tomorrow's promising for me. I know I'm going to show back up to my doorstep. I know because I trust in God, the God of Israel, named Jehovah. And that is that. Drewize. The Drewize I am. The one and only. No duplicate. You know? And this is Drewize Topics. Like, share, and subscribe. Yes. And that is that. Post a comment. Post a comment. Because I will read it. And I will read it. Yes. Have a wonderful night. And wonderful evening. Whatever you're doing. Come at it with a good, positive attitude. A good spirit. And things like that. Farewell. Peace.